a huge advantage going into that fourth game. I absolutely love this transition as we go in to Manfield for game one. It is showtime. Guild, Complexity, winner gets Luminosity. Loser goes down to the lower bracket and has to go through Detonator and then possibly eventually G2, who was just put there by Luminosity a moment ago. We are underway.
Right into the game, and a early possession here for the side of Complexity. Gets blasted across the line and easily knocked away, but yeah, again, this match, as you were saying, matters so much, and Complexity strikes first here, and of course, none other, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Risebull, going to be the first one to strike. Indirect
pass from the heavens from AJG and Risebull, there to convert 19 seconds in. And it is Complexity striking early, but will they strike often or often enough to keep Guild behind them? Opportunity here for CRR. And his shot deflected away by Risebull all the way across. Normally a dangerous play. Only one he had available to him. Now Shad had that blocked deep into the zone by Dorito, and another play all the way across by Risebull. Complexity playing a dangerous game, but Guild has not punished them for it in the early stage.
Had the boost to spin there, had the flip reset, but unable to turn anything in out of it. A quick shot will come through from Shad as he shoots one on net, and it's knocked away again. And a bit of a back and forth. Other than that one goal here in that opening minute, both teams have had a couple opportunities to strike, but no one able to convert since that opening goal.
Well, Dorito with AJG just kind of shadowing him the whole way. Risebull opportunity, no. AJG gonna lob one back in. Risebull thought about turning, realized he was beat, so he took the corner boost instead. They'll play the long game here, trying to starve out Guild. Couple players with absolutely no boost, and then Devo able to grab some, and then CRR and Dorito, the Spanish connection doesn't come through, but Devo there to play janitor just after the 90-second mark.
Yeah, that's one of those ones you come through. If you miss that, then you cannot miss that. Devo able to come in. He actually has to make that hard turn and read it off of the bounce. He thought it was going in at first, and then it comes across off that post, able to quickly turn, move that momentum in the right direction. He secures it, ties it up. 1-1 Guild versus Complexity.
Did well enough to get the equalizer. And now Shad quickly beaten out by Devo. No respect there whatsoever. Not interested in letting him set up a play as AJG falls into his net to make the save. Risebull to continue downfield, and Complexity threatening, dangerous ball in front. A juicy rebound that was not put away thanks to clutch defending again from Guild, and they have had to figuratively stand on their heads to keep Complexity to just the one goal so far.
I mean, not a lot of power in that shot, but Risebull really shows his placement, the skill, the accuracy there, and it really does make that defense stretch. They were able to, actually get there for that one, but a really tough save made, and Risebull trying to stretch that defense constantly with his shots.
Dorito plays one way out to the wing, trying to set up a teammate. CRR continues, trying to center one, and didn't get all of this. Risebull will actually bring it center for Guild, as Devo got a second lease on life here on this attack. And now Dorito has that blocked away, and CRR doing all he can, needs a second touch, doesn't have it. And now, finally, Complexity can clear the zone. Guild hung around probably longer than they had any business doing so, as AJG is gonna sky this up and deal with Devo trying to chase him down. Has he done enough? He sure has! Devo's interference opens it up, Dorito scores.
You know, the deep third there was working momentarily. They were running that deep third on the side of Complexity, but that didn't have the touch that he wanted. AJG out into that midfield, drops it back off, gives possession back to Guild, and Guild takes that gift and immediately punishes.
You don't always have to make contact to be effective. Devo just showed it there, and boy, if Devo can get back on form and be a difference maker in this series, Guild becomes the clear favorite. AJG trying to dance through the field. He at least got this to the backboard. Nobody else up there, but nobody threatening for Complexity. Infield pass blocked away by Dorito. And the defense of Guild at least holds for now. but Complexity bringing the heat as CRR has to bounce one away, and Shad is waiting right there for it. Just over a minute to go. Try to drop one down, but Risebull wasn't in the right spot. Good defending from Guild.
On the attack there was Complexity. Guild gonna do a little back pass there and take it back downfield. Devo will be the first one onto the wall there, and a little bit of a slow setup there. Couldn't quite get the touch they were looking for. So the offensive side there, Guild's had a couple moments where it's kind of ball been gifted over. They've had those shots. This one gonna be just off the crossbar, down and out. Another follow-up, and the third man comes through. AJG ties it up with 44 seconds left.
It was just a matter of time. That ball hanging perilously around the goal line. Devo did all he could, but it does fall to AJG. Second goal for Complexity ties things up. 44 seconds to go. Again, loser chooses their fate for game number 2, whether they want 2v2 or the 1v1. Now Shad, denied by Dorito, and this almost found the net. Complexity in a real awkward spot as CRR brings us to the corner. Ceiling pinch to center, but Devo couldn't get up early enough to get a shot away. So now AJG brings this to ground, and Doritos got him red all the way. Final 13 seconds now. Bouncer goes through from Risebull as the sea just parted in front of him.
How is this the one that goes in? I guess there is a bump there on that back post. AJG runs into one of them, but Devo or Dorito, one of them's got to be able to get there to make the play on that ball. Complexity comes from down, ties it up, now in the lead in these final 11 seconds. Can Guild get back in, tie this match up in the final moments?
Complexity, a quick clear all the way down. Guild has to go the length of the field, and they won't! Risebull puts it away! A 2-goal lead with 2 seconds left. That'll secure game 1.
Yeah, it was one of those matches where it felt like Complexity, up until that point, they were down 2-1. It still felt like they had more possession time. A couple bad touches gave some opportunities to Guild, but this is more what it felt like the scoreline should have been from what we were watching happening on the field. And in the end, Complexity does ice up in the end of the match. Now we get to see the direction that Guild casting into desk stuff, you know, with Greg and ourselves here, but we do get the next matchup. The option is the 2v2 CRR Dorito, Risebull Shad. That's the matchup that we got.
It's a matchup we expected when it came to 2s, and so again, for Guild to win this match, they know they will have to play a 1v1 at some point. Not necessarily have to win it, depending on how game 3 goes, but here they are, going with the 2s, and I think it's a pretty clear case that yes, this could be their best foot forward, needing a win to tie up the series. CRR trying to make its way downfield. Dorito trying to screen off Risebull, and it worked out perfectly as CRR will score the early goal.
Yeah, it's actually a great play from Dorito. This screen, you called it out well, able to block it in, and CRR able to play the inside edge of the defender on the other side. Open net, about as open as could be, all the way to the right post. He was boxed out.
Complexity won their 2v2 in the previous round, a 1-0 affair. Definitely not going to be a low-scoring matchup here, you'd have to imagine. And if CRR and Dorito can continue to wreak havoc in the back line of Complexity, it could be Guild running away with this. CRR quickly got around one, and I don't think that Risebull was thinking Shad was going to lose that challenge so decisively, or rather the other way around. Risebull got beat by a mile, and Shad was not ready for it.
What a shot from CRR, just able to get a hold of that ball, pick it up, and slot it right over the top. And as you said, Risebull wasn't ready to react, just couldn't get the height. And there's just enough, about a ball height of width there between him and the top of that post that opened up the shot and able to thread it in well. 2-0 now. Guild Esports up and almost a 2-1. Dorito able to save it right on the line. Low shot, saved away again in the corner.
The reflexes from Guild just a little bit better than those from Complexity, at least in the first 90 seconds. Boy, CRR is given a lot of kind of freedom there to do whatever he wanted with that ball in the corner. Complexity still managed to snuff out the attack, and then it's Shad looking to take the shot this time, and Dorito with the save. More importantly, right over towards his teammate CRR. Now Risebull stuffed by Dorito. We've seen that a few times where, you know, Guild kind of gave the ball away in the threes matchup, but here in the twos, they are taking whatever they want as Complexity continues to give it up.
Yeah, this is a monstrous performance, and the effort so far, yeah, the goal is going to come through here from CRR, but really the efforts, the setups, the box outs from Dorito, that extra effort that he's putting in on all of his touches, the follow-ups after his touch, really is making a massive impact here.
Devo, of course, watching this matchup going, yep, y'all keep doing all the hard work. It's all good. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. 3-0 now to Guild here in game 2, trying to tie up this series with Complexity. Of course, guaranteed game 4, if we get there, would be a 1v1. But game 3 and game 5 should we get there. Both 3v3 affairs. The late change from the qualifying format kind of keeps the threes emphasis intact. It's now Dorito trying to get up in the air and just couldn't get high enough. Chad maybe looking for a second demo, instead pass out to Risebull, and Risebull too far back. So couldn't get into the play quick enough. Risebull having a look here and then backing away. He only had a couple boosts in the tank. Now he'll at least get to the backboard, but again, Dorito has this by a country mile, and Guild just feel like they have a chokehold on this game.
Yeah, the control has been there. The touches, they're actually getting the contact that they want. We saw Shad a second ago come down the field, ball on top of the car, has control of the ball, tries to go for a flick, and just kind of drops it off to the side. It just feels like Guild is just able to put their will out there, and it comes to fruition for them, where it feels like Complexity is kind of fighting to try to get it to come alive.
Complexity, no stranger to situations like this, though. They've come back from games and series deficits before, as this will not waterfall down. It came out a little higher than expected, and CRR just goes by. Maybe a decoy play as Dorito tries to line up a double, could not convert, and now watch out Complexity on the counterattack. Nobody's gonna get back, and Complexity get one with just over a minute to go.
A little bit of an overcommit there on that offensive half. The ball not coming back down to where CRR expected it, and just an easy shot down the field onto the open net. One goal on, 1 minute 11 seconds left to try and find 2 more for the side of Complexity to try and bring this to a tie game, or possibly find a third to try and take the lead, but Guild in control at the moment. Never mind, Risebull. I just saw blue car and immediately thought blue team, and I am...
Hey, maybe,
you know,
well, maybe Shad and Risebull can do AJG a favor, score another goal here, and maybe wake him up. It looked like he was just kind of falling asleep over there watching his team finally get their first goal late in game 2, trying to preserve a series advantage, but they got a lot of work to do here in the final 40 seconds. Infield pass, and it's set away by CRR. No easy follow-up. They'll throw another one mid, and that's a good selfless ball, but again, it seemed like they were quite on the same page. So now at 24 seconds, they got to go back to the drawing board. And first, they got to find a way to get possession. Then, maybe a little bit of boost as Guild tried to starve them out. That's a good ball, though, and still cleared away by Dorito. Now with only 12 seconds left. Seems like Guild has this one well in the bag, as it seemed like they did even a couple of minutes ago when they opened up a 3-0 lead. A dominant win in the twos, as that goal, inconsequential, will make it look a lot closer than it was. Guild convincingly ties the series.
Yeah, solid play all the way through. And now my question is, first game of the day that I'm casting, and now I'm starting to think about it, is how does this affect the mental? Typically we talk about you lose a game, you lose momentum, but
in threes, which is what maybe Complexity might have to do. But we go now into game 3, our second 3v3 of the series. Again, winner will get Luminosity tomorrow for a spot in the playoffs. That's swatted away by AJG. Now Risebull to AJG, not quite there. The connection just off the mark. Dorito just lobbing one away, hoping CRR can run into one, and he certainly did. It actually fell right to him on the side wall. Ooh. Devo's shot is saved away by Risebull.
You know, Jorby was kind of talking on the desk, asking to see like what happens if Devo starts kind of coming on the line, right?
Yep.
A little bit of worry. Devo, for me, has been there to be that cleanup guy for Guild as that third person coming in. His shots have been on target. The defense, though, has been there when he's come through, other than a couple times that first game. He was able to do a little bit of cleanup right at the last second, but Devo's shots have been looking good. I'd like to see maybe if he could possibly convert a couple more of those. He's at least stretching the defense on those shots. I think he's been looking pretty solid so far, even though they did lose that first 3v3.
You look at that old guard in Europe and you see names like Fairy Peak that, no longer on the starting roster with Vitality. You see Kuxer still trying to hang on a little bit on the competitive side. He'll pop up in a regional every now and then, but still not on the form at the same level of dominance that he used to have. And you got like Violent Panda, who's still kind of hanging around, but again, not quite as successful as they were in the past. And Devo still at that high level, and you wonder just how much longer it's going to last. It's almost like he seems to defy Father Time, as Risebull waiting for a ball that's not going to come his way, so he has to quickly retreat. And as CRR leading the charge, Devo and Dorito running back, and Dorito turning to make the challenge.
I mean, my question now is how old is Devo? I always find it to be a funny conversation.
He's a vampire. He's ageless.
We start talking about like the age of them, and it's like, man, they're just hanging around, and they're like 22, 23, and you're like, oh man, how do they do it?
I knew I was a boomer when I heard Scrub Killer referred to as a seasoned veteran at 18 years old. I'm like, yeah, it checks out. Oh, just one of the youngest scenes in all of esports, and players answering the call at a very young age and proving to be some of the most clutch esports competitors across any title, especially when you look at guys like Joyo and Rise. This will drop back into the zone, and Dorito making the save high up above, and Devo is trying to run ahead. Got the demolition, but Guild a little slow getting out of the zone. Devo will try and keep it alive, but it is sent right back by Shad.
Comes close to the net, but nothing really there. CRR will be the one to bring it out and see if Guild can get on the attack, and yeah, they actually can. Dorito gonna put one in, slots it up over the top. Good touch from CRR, and Dorito able to pick it up off that side wall and find his way through that third man up and over, and that's one on the board now for Guild. They lead at 1:51.
Complexity has not seen a fourth game in this event. Again, a 3-0 sweep very cleanly in their first match. Looking like they are going to have to struggle to get through this one as Devo adds another. This is similar to the goal he scored in game one. Ball just kind of hanging around on the goal line. Complexity could not clear it away, and Complexity could have an uphill battle going through the rest of this series if Guild gets this ball rolling anymore.
It's just because Jorby had said something about the shooting from Devo, and I just kind of want to be like, well, his shooting accuracy is really solid through this series so far, Jorby. But when the ball's halfway in the net, I guess if you miss that one, it does become problematic.
Yeah, it's when a struggling shooter makes a layup. You go, yeah, I sure hope he did.
Well, the best part is it's so close to the net, I don't even think it's tracking it as a shot.
Oh, probably
so
not.
he's just getting counted it as double every
count
time.
As a shot. AJG bouncing one through, and Complexity back within one. $1:20 on the clock as the defense breaks down for Guild. Nobody could catch up to it.
2-1, lead cut in half. 1:20 still on the clock here. Kickoff underway, and opening kickoff will be a drop back to that back left corner for Guild Esports, and they'll have that opening attack here as Devo tries to find his way through, blocked away by Risebull.
CRR looking to add that goal right back, but AJG has other plans. This goes hard out of the corner and quickly back down to the Guild half of the field. It is only Devo at the back. Has been the case pretty often. He tries to just play the stopgap role there and lead the counter charge back down the other way. This is centered by Shad, but there's nobody there for it. So just kind of hit and hope at that point. And a dangerous ball in front here with Guild attackers looming. Shad got the demo and managed to send this ball downfield, but it ends up right back towards AJG. CRR is right there to meet him with 30 seconds left. And another ball bounced away. They got over one. Try to go for the double tap, and it's just not there. Dorito with the clear.
quick aerial battle in the midfield is going to send one all the way down. Dorito
there,
he cleans it up. 3-1 now, 12 seconds left. Guild win the 2v2, now poised to take down the 3v3 in game 3, which will push us to that 1v1 coming up next, which I have to imagine is Risebull. Can Risebull then bring it back in that next match to try to get us to that game 5?
Well, he has scored 5 goals in this series, and now just the victory lap continues for Guild here in game 3. The kickoff goal doesn't really mean a whole lot other than snuffing out Complexity's hopes of coming back with some miraculous comeback here in the final seconds. And we'll get this final 9-second countdown sooner or later here. And when we go into game 4, yeah, likely to see Risebull. And then for Guild, yeah, throw CRR though and go, all right, get the job done, take us home.
I think that's going to be quite the matchup too. I think that's going to be a good one. I think that'll be a good test. I personally probably favor Risebull a little bit in the one. Some flip resets. We've seen him do a couple nasty shots thus far. He's been showing off a little bit of mechanics. So the matchup is a little bit closer than I would initially think myself. But at the end of the day, Risebull in ones, you have to assume that he is going to do this.
Both these players did play in the 2v2. Risebull coming in with 5 goals and an assist. CRR with 3 goals and 4 helpers. But it's Risebull scoring first, 13 seconds in. And this is exactly what he did against some of the top dogs in North America to get Complexity to this point. No fear at all from Risebull, a player that, again, they mentioned on the desk, he didn't play much ones. He was unranked in 1v1s. They're like, well, somebody's got to play it. I guess it's me. And it's me watching CRR tie the game.
Yeah, right back down the field. Risebull kind of went up and a little bit awkward coming in looking for that flip reset, and as soon as he ended up in that kind of stuck position, not able to put any power into the ball, that's an easy one back downfield the other way. So we're tied up again, and it's going to be a testing of each other's mechanics constantly throughout this match. We're going to see a bit of back and forth. I expect a relatively high score line as these two kind of go through their toolkit and see what they can throw.
We've seen some kind of bonkers scores between our stream and our friends over on the B stream at Gamers8GG_B. This will be sent away. We saw a 4-goal lead go by the wayside a little bit earlier today as this one gets through and off the post. And there have been so many of those with an open net, but the ball just going off the post and then a defender flying by. CRR could not catch up to Risebull as he zips through the air.
Risebull comes through, goes low, fakes it as if he's going to go for that flip reset, and as soon as he sees him bite to go for that ceiling, you could see him nose up back out of that flip reset and just push the ball ahead of him. At that point, the commit was already there, and it's an open net from there.
They called out the exact moment where Risebull just kind of became the 1v1 specialist for Complexity when he beat Daniel. And all of a sudden you think, should probably play this format a little bit more often. And the grind has been there for Risebull. We'll see if it's enough to fend off CRR, who has had an emphasis on this format for significantly longer. Retreating now, watching Risebull flick and could not reject it as Risebull will score. The flick way too strong for CRR.
Just literally stares him down. I mean, you know the flick is coming. You know that's what it is. He's held it for a second, knows that you're probably not able to get there, just gets all the power in the world, gets just a piece of it, but not enough to send it up into that backboard. And 3-1 lead now here as Risebull has been able to piece things together.
And the thing is, that's not bad defense. You're just shadowing him, waiting and waiting, and just...
Look, it's a great shot.
Sometimes good offense just beats good defense. Risebull just waiting here as CRR going to try and weave through, and Risebull just stuffs that right back once it came, and he'll grab that all-important midfield boost, throw one up to the back wall, not getting any kind of a bite out of CRR, who patiently waits, and can he catch up to this one in time? That wave dash at the end, but he still pushed it wide.
He knew that it was kind of a forced situation. He could hear Risebull behind him. He knows that the player is coming, and he has to find a way down. Didn't have enough control over that wave dash. Sends it just wide. Shot coming back this time, and that one will get through as Risebull unable to recover to get a touch.
Yeah.
Good bump.
You thought maybe there'd be a demo there, but the bump just enough as Risebull could not recover in time, as you mentioned, and back to a 1-goal game now at the halfway mark as CRR tries to drag it back here and close this series out. Risebull trying to bring us to what has been a rare 5th game here in the opening round.
Bit of a sketchy play there as CRR decided to try and bring it across his own line with Risebull right on him. I didn't think it was a great idea, but he manages to get away, gets a shot on net, looking to get his way through, tries to fake. Risebull able to recover in the air, get a read on the play, noses down, and gets in front of it.
We see that constantly. Now CRR got his body in the way to tie the game.
The air dribble bump, you just can't do anything about it.
It's one of the toughest plays to defend because the attacker holds all the cards.
It is inevitable.
Like you've got to get real creative, and sometimes you see players kind of take that wide angle to try and maybe throw off the attacking player, and it just doesn't work out there. It was all CRR in the driver's seat. It's Risebull could not react, and now level game. 100 seconds remain. Risebull denied by CRR, whose defense has been impeccable, and he'll tie the game, or he'll take the lead for GLD.
CRR doing, as you said, great job defensively. There's many times where he's opted to just give the space to Risebull and say, you know what, I got the boost. I'm gonna play the net here. I'm gonna make you have to try and make a decision. And if it does not go perfectly for you, it is going to result in this open net for me, and I can win this game through defense if I have to.
Risebull got around CRR, and the mechanics fully on display as Risebull quickly ties it back up.
Great shot there. Flip reset baits him in off of it, able to push it just over him and then chase the ball back down off that back wall bounce. Risebull immediately claps back. This is one of those ones where Risebull does not want to take an L here. I think he wants to kind of hold that title from what he did during the qualifiers for the event. I think he wants to probably walk away with a few more 1v1 wins under his belt.
Well, Risebull tried to get in the way of CRR there, and it worked out just well enough. As we go to the final minute, high drama at DFH. And complexity back on top. Risebull just going right around CRR. Just the threat of the bump kind of changes your approach as well. Risebull opening up a 5-4 lead, but still 56 seconds to go. Have to imagine 5 is not going to be enough as CRR's got it off the kickoff here. Had to make an adjustment in the air. Again, he just holds all the cards and almost got the dunk.
Man, the helicopter out of both of them. One defending, one trying to get the reset the shot, and Risebull gonna be able to open it up to a 2-point lead here as he's able to sneak this one around on the outside. Just not able to get back in time as CRR.
Anybody who's watched ones knows no lead is safe, especially with this much time on the clock. 2 goals is nothing compared to what it is in the threes game. As Risebull gonna take his time. CRR just waited him out. So patient, CRR, under any circumstance. Now Risebull, fully in control. CRR's gotta make a big stop here, and does, but can he get on possession? Got the midfield boost away. No, it was Risebull that grabbed that. And CRR has to retreat all the way to his own back line and somehow avoid the demo, which does not happen. There's another few seconds off the clock. Risebull, a little dance as he has secured it. We will see a 5th game. GLD in that particular matchup, and again, rising to the challenge.
Yeah, and really it came down to so many times it was just floating with the ball, get that ball speed match, and Risebull waiting until CRR has to jump, he has to commit, and then just a little air roll, that last second touch to just kind of pop it up and over the top.
Opening kickoff on Champions Field. What every player lives for at this point. Get it done on the most iconic field we've got in the sport. Risebull just a little bit off. And the demolition out of the corner buys some time and space. You can see it is not easy managing all of this as another one sent away from the corner. Both teams under heavy pressure early. AJG can't stay with the play. Risebull thought about it. Now he's got to get back and had to stop a 2v1 and did so. Now infield pass. Oh, it's sent away. It was Shad coming across. Two defenders there, Super. But Shad with the stop. And more importantly, Complexity not out of position after they sent two.
Change up in the car from Risebull. Did he make the swap over to the Fennec? He was playing the Octane in the 1v1, right?
To my recollection, yes. The old placebo in effect.
How's the placebo there? You just won.
I don't, hey.
You don't make the rules of placebo, you just talk about it.
Some cars are faster. That's all I know. Dorito getting one here. And it's Guild on top after the first minute.
3:54 on the clock, and Guild trying to hold off Complexity here. They did just lose that 1v1, but in the lead here early. See if they can get another 3v3 win. They did win the second 3v3, so currently in 3v3s, the most recent winner is Guild. See if it carries through as they do send possession back the other way. It does fall into the orange half, but it will be Risebull to bring it out into the midfield and wins the 50 back down for AJG. And shut down once again in the midfield is Guild as Complexity stays on the attack.
Oh, Risebull whiffed on that, but no danger from Guild on the counterattack. Now Devo. Waiting to see if he makes his presence felt yet again in the threes. He's been excellent in both threes games so far. One you could certainly argue the difference maker in the second 3v3 back in game 3. This goes to the corner. AJG had it fall right into his lap, and Dorito with the save coming across. Another opportunity though for Complexity. This goes to the corner. Shad from the back, gonna play it to the back wall, and well defended by Dorito again. Another shot on. Dorito stopped that as well. We're gonna have to pay Dorito just a little bit extra if they come out on top in this series.
Shot gonna be just high, covered well by CRR. Couple opportunities here for Complexity, but the defensive rotation has been there time and time again for Guild on their end of the field, able to break it up, not allowing any of these plays to break through. Another outlet pass to Dorito, but Risebull will come through and try and set one down in the mid, but again, immediately filled by Guild as they come through and try and stave off the attack once again.
All the way across with a quick turn by Shad, just making sure to secure that midfield boost. Boost over ball could come back to burn them though, as they do have to make the clear, but still not real possession. And Dorito dropped down for CRR, and the Spanish connection comes through again.
Great play. CRR sees Dorito up ahead. Dorito able to grab the corner boost, immediately jumps up to that ceiling and able to just set that ball right back down on the line. Quick play, breaks through, 2-0 lead now for Guild. Just under 2 minutes left for Complexity to try and fight their way back into this game.
Marky with just the trademark stoicism. Always seems to know when the camera's on him. Here goes CRR again, denied this time by Shad. This time they actually made it a point to go after the attackers instead of playing passively. CRR back on his own, demolished right at the corner boost. Here's Shad. CRR respawning ball side. That makes things awkward a little bit for Guild on the defensive side. Shad had a look, but Dorito's got that ball by a mile. And Complexity denied yet on another opportunity as we get the Marky Cam back again. This time he's a little more business.
Every now and then he switches into that mode,
yeah.
You know? Switches from stoic to business mode, but it's only momentary. They won't catch him like that again.
Having talked to Marky a few times, it's amazing to see that he's coaching a team that is this well disciplined as this goes to the side. Down in front, Devo couldn't catch up to it. Certainly a third goal would have put this one away. But instead, Complexity at least hang around here. 40 seconds remain. They've got to get off of this half of the field. AJG up for Risebull. High double sent away. The defense of CRR, Devo, and Dorito coming through big time for Guild yet again. AJG has Shad all the way across. Might have to call his own number. Got the dunk, but it just went wide. And again, another promising opportunity, just a little bit wide, and fatally so at this point. Guild closing in on it, but one more opportunity from Shad makes it a game with 7 seconds left.
It's the door is open ever so slightly. They're gonna need an explosive play here right off of this kickoff. This is gonna be the one that really sets the tone here. Complexity either executes here or they go down.
Shad picked one heck of a time to score his first goal of the series. It makes things interesting now. Indirect in front. Opportunity for AJG. Couldn't get to it in time. And Guild gets luminosity tomorrow.
So close to getting that touch. You could see he probably made contact with that ball, but couldn't get underneath it as it touches down. And in the end, Guild Esports is going to clutch up, close this one out, taking games 2